Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to the latest COT review. Today we're going to have a look at the 36th report of this year. And as usual, we're going to start off with checking the changes in commercials positions. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. We've got Dow Jones on top with a 25% change, a pretty large one, but we're going to have a look at the one-year chart and, just to conclude that this change size is, although larger than average, but we can definitely see even larger ones on the one-year scale. Let's just have a look at the 5-year chart and we're going to continue our way to silver. There we go. Just one remark, you can see that they are not at extreme levels, neither commercials or large speculators. Small speculators definitely optimistic about the market, but they might even be even more extreme in a few weeks. Let's move on to silver, where we had an 18% change. Actually, it's the third week that we've got large changes in the silver market, and we're getting we're starting to reach another extreme in the COT. Actually, the previous one that pushed prices lower was at such levels. Of course, you can see that we've still got space to really get to those all-time or close to all-time levels, which would mean roughly 75,000 contracts net short for commercials. But also you should see that small speculators are not at those extreme levels yet. So they still got some space left to really get that strong bearish extreme level. So I don't know if this would push prices lower. I guess we've still got some more weeks maybe that could be in the rally. But definitely you should have your eyes on this market. Let's move on to cocoa, where we had an 18% change. Okay, here we have the chart. Yep, it's definitely a larger change than average, although we can see some reports where we had even larger changes. On the one-year chart, small speculators seem to be very extreme, very optimistic, with roughly 8,000 contracts. Let's have a look at the 5-year chart. What that shows us. Yes, it's existing on the 5-year chart as well. So I would say that small speculators being so optimistic about the market is one of the most bearish signals that we can see in cocoa market. Although you can have a look at also commercials and large speculators, and both of them are again towards their extreme levels. What's interesting to see that the last larger extreme that happened in this market was roughly over here, which happened right after commercials being net long, and we have that case over here again. So if we take this example here, it's very similar to what we have right now. Question is whether this extreme could widen and result in such levels over here. Actually, just a moment, you can see that the extreme that happened over here didn't push prices lower. Actually, it started a rally. Well, this is called the commercial capitulation, when commercials have such net short levels open, and they're starting to get the margin calls that they have to just close them, and it's just going to fuel the rally even more. So an interesting market. You should definitely view this in the upcoming few weeks. Let's move on to COT extremes and large speculators. There we go. Okay, we've got platinum with an all-time signal. So it's the first metal market that gave this all-time sell signal. Because commercials are so much net short. But if I want to compare this to the last two extremes that happened in commercials, you can see that small speculators were much more optimistic. They were actually net long almost twice as much as what we have over here with 4,000 contracts. So I would say that a really strong bearish signal would occur if small speculators had a net long 6,000-7,000 contracts. So I think this extreme may widen a bit more. Moving on to NASDAQ, we still got the all-time extreme in large speculators, the one that we had last week, which you can see did not affect prices, and they could rally even more. But stay tuned. I mean, this market is definitely signaling something. We've got the extreme over there. It can widen for a few more weeks. Prices can still go higher, but the stress level is definitely building up in the market. And The last market that I want to show you, coffee, with a 417 report extreme in large speculators and also an all-time in commercials. We've been analyzing this market last week as well. And you can see, and I was telling you that the interesting thing about the market is that we've got commercials net long, which on this 5-year chart you can see doesn't really happen that often. So it's definitely a bullish signal that could start affecting prices in the near term. That's going to be all for this week. I'm not going to show you any more markets, but you can check out all the COT charts on our COT charts page at cotbase.com. Or if you would like to have a more detailed analysis and add other great functions to your table, then you can come on to cotbase.com and check out the subscription service here. You're going to find some great stuff over here. So thanks very much for being with me this week. I appreciate your attention. I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.